Lori Vegas Ballen here, and today we're going to do a tutorial on KW Command. I'm going to walk you through all of the elements of KW Command, what all these things are on the left, what's in the menu, things that you can do today to get started with KW Command. We're years into the process now of building it, and we're actually at the point now where we can use it. Everybody's going to use it at a different pace and use different elements. So I want to give you this overview so that you can decide how best to use it for you. So let's start up here. If you are on a team or you have a team, you're going to have this select a team option. And this is going to come into play several times when you're using things like the lead pool, lead routing, agent sites. These are going to come into play. So just keep that in mind. The marketplace is a place where you can take a look at all of the third-party integrations that KW Command is making available to us. And these are everything from database syncing utilities to email, things like that. And we're going to be playing a lot more with this as it comes along. It's really not something you have to worry about right now. Okay. The next, we have this little notification icon. This, when you see a little red dot up there, the system wants to tell you something. So you're going to get an agent site notification when you have new leads, when you have new app registrants, and things like that. So if you ever see the little red icon, you'll want to go check that. Now, if you're also using your app, then you're noticing notifications through there as well. At this time, we're still calling it Kelly. I understand that the mobile, the word Kelly, the app Kelly is being sunsetted, and we're going to see something new. I haven't exactly figured that all out yet. I've just heard rumors about it, but for right now, we're still receiving notifications on Kelly and able to access things. But I'm going to stick primarily with desktop today to focus on. So that's your notifications. Next, you have your profile, your name, and this little arrow. Well, with using the little arrow, you can update your profile. You can access that marketplace that we looked at a minute ago. That's right here. It's the same thing. You can access all of your settings. You can find built-in command training, and you can log out. Also, there's this little question mark on the far right-hand side that is also a help center. So you can chat with support, you can post an idea, you can access Keller Williams University. It's important that you know what those menu items are, okay? Now also, when you go to settings, I'm going to show you settings really quick. This is important because this is where you activate those third-party applications that we're using within Command. These would be things like DocuSign, your Facebook business page, Twitter, a Google Calendar, Gmail. This is if you want to use Gmail inside of Command. We also now have Command Email, which we didn't have originally. Twilio, which is where all of your text systems are set up. This is where you're going to get that SMS text capability. Twilio is not free. It's really cheap, though. It's less than a penny per text. They've got a full price list. But if you are going to send text messages through Command, whether automated or manual, you're going to need to activate Twilio. PySync is a tool that allows you to sync two databases together and share information. So, for example, if you're using Infusionsoft, you've been on Infusionsoft for a while, and you're not quite ready to move everything over to Command, but you want to start getting there, there's a way to share those two databases together. And I've got training specifically on that, but I just kind of want to show you what everything is for now. We have Twitter Ads Manager for running your ads. So the first Twitter was just for your social connection, and this Twitter is for the Ads Manager, so you can actually place ads on Twitter. Next, we have Google AdWords. This is if you want to place ads on Google. If you don't want to, you don't need to connect that. Okay, now we have eEdge. Those are for people that were on eEdge that wanted to sync it. We have Office 365. And then we have our Facebook Ads Manager. So the original Facebook was for our social posts on our business page, and this is for Ads Manager. Next, we have MailChimp, and this was set up for bulk email. We're still, we just, at the time I'm making this video, we just got command email, and we're able to use that for smart plans. I still am testing and playing with bulk email and have not yet found the way to do that without using something like MailChimp. So if you have MailChimp and you want to activate that, you can. Just make sure you understand your pricing structure and that you're paying, you know, per audience, and it can get pretty pricey. But there is a way to sync your bulk email applications to get those to work together. So if you need help with that, any specifically, let me know, and I'm happy to show you how those work as well, especially utilizing PySync in the middle. But as command continues to grow, I expect it will get the bulk email capability in here anytime now as well. Now on the left-hand side here, once you're inside settings, you have command settings. So you're going to get familiar with these: user management, applications, add an admin, contacts. This is where you can wipe your database, archive your database, set up custom tags and fields. You have your connect settings. So this is your marketing profile inside your KW Connect. And then you have your global settings. And just know where these are. Right now, we're not seeing anything with global settings. Everything's happening pretty much under the command settings. Most of you won't go into there. You're going to find what you need in other ways, but I want to make sure you know where that is. So if you're ever learning and you hear go to command settings, you're going to go up next to your picture. You're going to go down to settings, and then on the left-hand side is command settings. That's only there when you're inside settings. Okay. So now let's go. Clicking on this KW up in the left-hand corner will open the names of all of these modules. You see that? If you need that. Okay, now let's go back to the home page for a minute. So up here you have command settings, and you also have connect settings. What you're going to find all throughout command is that there are actually several ways to get to multiple things within the platform. But the connect setting is your, I don't know what to call it. I guess I'm just going to call it your social settings inside KW Connect. So this isn't something you're using specifically to run command, but it's access into KW Connect to find support or to socialize, to connect with people, okay? All right, so let's go back. And then we also have groups, we have calendar, and we have resources. And we will be playing with those more as they grow. So let's go back to our home page here. And I'm going to show you now what's in the left-hand side of your screen. Go back home. Hang on, let's get back, trying to get back home into the command, not home into the connect. There we go. All right. So see how that works. Make sure you're in the right segment, because whatever section you're in, there's new options that show up. Now, let's talk about this home screen for a second. Here we have tasks, and I've left these all here on purpose to show you what tasks look like. So you're going to have all of your to-dos are going to show up here in your tasks, and these tasks are being populated by your smart plans, which you can create from scratch or you can use that are already populated. Underneath here, I have designs next. Now your screen may look a little bit different because they're customizable. Up here on the right-hand side, if you click Customize Home, you can actually select the items you want to appear on your dashboard or deselect items that you don't want to appear on your dashboard. Okay, now for some reason, I don't see that updating. We'll give that a little bit and see if it updates there. Okay, and then also you can drag around these little boxes. So this is a fairly new feature. I'm sure they're still working on that as it's rolling out. But whatever you see here in your home screen, you're going to see design updates. So these are designs that were just created in designs, and there are over 2,000 designs, you guys. If you don't know what to post on social media, get in there and play with designs. We're going to cover that in a separate video, but it's an absolutely amazing playground for designers and for people that want to post on social media. You've got Instagram stories and Twitter covers and everything you can imagine in there, okay? And so you can play with these and you can click on preview to see what the design is. And then we have product updates, so you can see all the latest and greatest of what's happening in Command. I suggest looking at that at least on a weekly basis. And there's links to play with each one of those things and learn more about them, to try them out. And then I have Notepad here, and you probably have the database health score screen on yours, and you might also have the goals on your screen for right now. Okay, so if you don't see them on mine, it's just because of that customized dashboard. So that's your home screen. And let me just tell you right now, if you're ever having any problems getting things to update, the suggestion is that you open KW Command in Google Chrome incognito window. Google Chrome incognito window is what they suggest. So if you're using Chrome, if you're familiar with Chrome and you know about the incognito window, what you can do is go to File and go to New Incognito Window. And then when that opens, you can log into Command, and that will often solve your any problems or caching problems or things not updating correctly. I'm not going to open it because I don't want to lose our spot on our video right now. Okay, now let's cover these items on the left, and then you're going to have what you need to actually get started, because you're going to be familiar now with what all these components are. And then you can move through my videos and the lessons to learn more about each and every one of these components separately. Okay, so the first one is home. This is how you always can get back to your home screen. And the next one is the contacts. Now I do a 2-hour class just on contacts. So to me, if you're not using anything else in the database yet, contacts is the place to start. And you can start just simply by entering somebody you meet tomorrow at an open house, or maybe you want to add your sphere of influence or people in your geographic farm. But I would suggest starting small rather than importing a massive database. I made that mistake. I imported a massive database before I really understood how the system was going to work, and I didn't like the way things were tagged and set up. So I wiped out my database and started over. So my suggestion is put some people in there and start playing with it before you do a massive import. Okay. All right. So what you're going to see here is you're going to see names, last visited, last contacted, tags, stage, primary phone number, and then these little 3 dots give you more options with each contact. You can edit a contact, add an activity, share a contact, archive it, view smart plans, unmark as a lead, assign to another agent, and so forth. I'm, again, not going to go into all of those pieces on this video because I want to make sure I show you all of the elements of what they can do. So we're going to cover contacts in a separate component. But this just gives you a quick view of, okay, got it. This is where my database is going to live. This is where your contacts' birthdays and home anniversaries and emails and social channels, and this is where you're going to launch the email smart plans and tasks and make notes and save searches and open your opportunities when they get into an opportunity phase. So right out of the gate, I would tell you, if nothing else, start learning contacts. And you can watch my other video on contacts and start just getting really familiar with that. Everything else is going to come together around that. You don't even have to mess with settings to start with your contacts, okay? But you will need to set up your marketing profile as soon as you start sending them smart plans or emails so that your identity shows up. And I also will tell you that if you have, the agent website's going to be using your marketing profile, your mail outs are going to use your marketing profile. So you might want to just quickly go through your marketing profile and get that all set up, okay? So that's up there in your settings. Now, next we have tasks. I also have a whole video on setting up your marketing profile. Next, we have tasks. You can create a new task manually, or you can apply tasks through smart plans. As of today, we don't have the ability to assign a task to another team member. It looks like we're getting most of the pieces in the database, and team functions are rolling out in pieces. We just got lead routing and lead pools. So we're looking for that and are excited when that shows up. It'll be nice to be able to build a smart plan that actually assigns tasks to multiple people. But for those of you that are individual agents, you're really good to go here, and you can start with your tasks. I'm going to cover that more in depth on another video. Okay, the next item on our list is smart plans. These smart plans are what fire your automated emails, your automated text message if you have Twilio set up, and they also assign tasks in your to-do list, such as call this person, send a text, send an email, time delays. Now, smart plans, you can use the ones that are created by KW, or you can actually start one from scratch, and you can create your own and put in your own delays and actions and emails and text messages if you like to do it that way. I'm told at some point we're going to be able to share and buy and sell these in the marketplace as well. We'll get into smart plans in another video, but do keep in mind that they're already ready to go. You have a birthday campaign, you have a promote my app campaign, you have an open house campaign, you've got neighborhood nurtures, all kinds of things that you can actually go in there and start using now as soon as you are ready to set those up. Just keep in mind, if Twilio is activated and you apply an action plan or a smart plan to any of your contacts, they will start getting text messages on your behalf. So be sure you know what text you're sending. Each of these smart plans, if you click through, you can see what's in the smart plans. Underneath smart plans, we have referrals. And this was actually one of the first pieces we got in KW Command. And you now have the ability to receive referrals and send referrals through the KW Command system. And you can update right here in the system, and you can track your referrals all back and forth. I actually have a bunch of referrals, so I'm not sure why that's not showing up there. So I have 14 active, 3 funded, 12 that never went anywhere, or they're still, I'm going to have to look at that and see how they're tracking those. 10 that expired, so 39 total. This is kind of a quick glance at what this looks like, so you get an idea for how this works. Once again, not ideal for teams just yet, in my opinion, because I'm able to receive a referral, but if I want to assign that referral to Krista, I want to be able to see everything that happens in that log with Krista, and I'm still waiting for some of those capabilities. But this is a really phenomenal thing now for us to use. And to send a referral, you can now track a referral, put the agent's name in here, incoming or outgoing, the price ranges, you can track everything, and it's fantastic. There's also a map. You can search for referral agents based on production, location, market centers, who's in your own network, and also referral patterns. They just released this. This is really cool. You have the ability to see where referrals are being sent in and out from, which would therefore give you an indicator as to who you should be making more connections with. And the more we all use the KW Command system, the more we're going to be able to receive really valid data that's going to help us in our business. I'll cover this when we do the component on referrals. And you have the ability to build a network with all of your agents, make notes, see their stats, and so forth. Okay, that's referrals. Underneath referrals, we have opportunities. This is the component most of you are being introduced to first because it's how you get paid. So this is where you're going to record your listings, your buyers, your listing appointments. We're going to be able to track conversion rates. So you're probably already familiar with this. Opportunities is not something I personally cover in depth. I do more of the lead generation pieces. That being said, my brother Jeff, who just got licensed and is the owner of Ballen Brands, your command marketing company, he's going to be teaching more on opportunities in all of these phases on our behalf as part of the coaching program. Okay, underneath that, we have campaigns. This is another piece a lot of people are adopting very quickly. Inside campaigns, you have the ability to run paid ads. These are Facebook, Twitter, and Google at this time. As you can see, I've been doing quite a bit in there. And right now we're tracking under $2 a lead using lead form ads. And I will talk more about that on our separate video about ads. And I have lots of videos and ideas on how to run ads for listings, how to run ad for buyers, how to run ads for just reduced homes. And when you don't have a listing, and you'll be able to learn step by step and follow along and repeat the processes of things that are working at a high level. Right now, I'm testing the new neighborhood smart videos that were just released. You can see here it's got a 10-day run, and cost per click is 82 cents. There is no cost per lead because of the way this is set up. That's not really designed for lead capture as much as it is for branding. So we're just kind of testing that to see how that video performs. I actually have it linked to app downloads. So we'll be testing to see if anybody actually downloads the app after running those. But 82 cents a click is where we're at right now with 20 clicks. So you get the idea there. We also have the ability to send emails. And again, emails I'm going to be playing with more as we're able to start configuring lists and build this out. So stay tuned on that. Direct mail has been working for a while. I have not done any direct mail campaigns, but if you are a person that likes to use direct mail, you can do that right here and create a campaign, and we will cover that on a separate video as well. And then we have social posts. Social posts are working great, and for me at least. And in social posts, we now have the ability to create a social post and we can schedule it out. So you can see here on February 23rd, I have a post scheduled for 6 p.m. On February 24th, I have a post scheduled for 10 a.m. And we have these awesome little quick posts here on the right-hand side. So we've got app downloads that are little videos or little images that automatically have our app link embedded in them. I cover these on a separate video, but these are really an awesome way to start using your social media. So that all of this happens inside campaigns. Next, we have our database. This is our report. So we have our database health score. We've got our contact health records. We've got reports, goals, and emails. Now, this is new too, as of last week, I think it was. So here you can access, so you can see how many records you have in your database, how many of those are contacts, how many of those are leads. We've got this little wheel here that is tracking sources. And then we have a scoring system that scores your database on how many have a phone number, how many have an email, how many have an address, how many have a neighborhood, how many have a home anniversary, and how many have birthdays. Now, again, this is another reason why I encourage you not to just download a massive list, because if you put in a whole bunch of web leads that you don't have any information from, your score is just going to be like this and only emails. And it's going to be harder to go back through them. So it might be advantageous to start with ones that you will be able to get all that information from, your geographic farm, your past clients, your sphere of influence. So then as you start adding all your Facebook ads and emails, you're not freaked out by that scoring system because you've already set kind of a pattern. For me, I would like to see this give us the ability to score us by different lead sources, because for those of us that are doing massive Facebook ads and things like that, our database is going to be really low scored because it's very hard to get all that information. A lot of times people registering for a Facebook ad, their information is invalid, or you never get a hold of them, and that lead is sitting in your database and you're going to have a score on it. So for those like me that are huge web lead generators, we're probably not going to worry about that score too much right now until we've got the ability to sort that a little bit better. Okay. Then we have reports, and we were just looking at reports at Family Reunion, and it's pretty incredible what they're giving us. Okay. So I obviously mine is not complete here as we're trying to figure out our team and our team structure and how that works. You can see here a little bit of the idea of how they're using it. Each member on the team, you'd be able to view their contacts, their buyer ops, their total listing of opportunities, their appointments, their active listings. And once the teams all get to using this, that's going to be a really cool thing to review. And we can view by the month, by the year. We can view by one particular agent on the team. And this is going to be amazing for the Rainmaker once everybody's gets on board here. And then there's other reports as well: goals reports, database report, opportunities report per person. Okay, so lots of cool stuff coming with those reports, and lots of cool stuff here with those reports. And then we have goals, profit, conversion rates. We're still playing with all of this. If you're a single agent, this is going to be much easier to set up. I've got a separate video on how to set up all your goals, and you'll be able to view your actuals versus your predictions, which is really great. And then we have email. So this is going to show us with command email. We have 5,000 emails a month included in our command package, whatever that is. I think we're being billed like $20 or $25 for each office, whatever we've had since we've had eEdge, without paying any extra. And if you go over 5,000 a month, there are upgrade plans that are also very affordable. So here you're able to track how many emails were sent, clicked, undelivered, opened, replied, unsubscribed, and marked as spam. So this is functioning much like a MailChimp would. Okay, so that's reports. Your next item in here is designs. And when you first log in, you're just going to see a blank white screen here probably. These are your file folders. So right here, email, these are all the designs I've already created for emails. These are all the landing pages I've created. So yours will probably be white blanks when you first start off. So what you want to do is click this little plus sign in the bottom, and then you can start designing. So if you want to go design a social post, you could click social, click next, and then it's going to go in and it's going to open the social library. If you wanted to go to print, you'd go in and open the print library. It looks like they might be doing some updates today, so it's slower than usual. And that's how it's going to be when any kind of software is being built out. You've got to be patient. For me personally, if I'm in creating something like I want to create a landing page today, and they're doing updates and I can't access it, I won't sit there and bang my head against the wall. I'll go do something else and then come back to that when that component is working a little bit better. So if you ever find anything a little bit glitchy, you'll know. So here you have designs for your KW app. You have designs for listings. Look at all of these. You have neighborhood market snaps, open house, under contract, just sold, buyer, lead gen, home value offers, client love, business basics, leadership. I mean, oh my goodness, so much. For Facebook, for Instagram stories, LinkedIn, and Twitter. And again, over 2,000 designs in here. You could literally get on here every single day and create a design for several years before you would actually run out of designs. In fact, I don't know that you'll ever run out of designs. They just keep adding them, right? So I'm going to cover this in another video, but I wanted to make sure that you saw that was here. And then we have listings. And I'm not doing anything in here yet with listings. So we'll stay tuned to see what happens in this section here. Insights. I started doing a lot with insights in the beginning, and now I'm holding off because I want to see how these are going to be used. So I started with insights, going in and marking all of the neighborhoods and little notes to comment on the sections, but I'm waiting to see how we're gonna use these more. So I'm not gonna suggest that this is a use today until we get in there and find out a little bit more about how they're going to be used. Okay, then we have landing pages. So landing pages is definitely something most of us are using. We've got the ability to build landing pages on our website or standalone. Okay, so I actually have added all kinds of things to my agent site, including a home value widget using a third-party software, homekeeper blog, mortgage calculator, and that kind of thing. And there's a lot that we can do with this. So you'll find my video where we'll go and cover this in depth. You also have your guide builder here. This is, yes, I'm sorry, I don't think I said this. This tab is called Consumer. It was called Agent Sites, and now it's called Consumer. So these are all of your consumer-facing items. So your landing pages, your app, your guide builder, all of the anything that's front-facing for the consumer. So your guide builder here, you're going to be able to play with. And this is kind of a timeline of what happens in the process. And you'll be able to trigger these in the opportunities stages so that your buyer or seller, when they're using the app, can actually see what's happening now, what's happening next. You can customize these, you can add to them, and you can drag and drop them around however you like. And we are highly encouraged as agents to go in and customize these. So we also in designs have a home buyer's guide and a home seller's guide. What we really want to do is we want to build out the home buyer's guide, and then we want to make sure that this buyer's guide is working in conjunction with our customized home buyer's guide. And then we're going to have those work in the app as well. Okay. Here's the introduction, congratulates the consumer on buying a home, tells them this timeline is going to guide them through the process. And I just see a typo in my name. So, but we have to go in there, guys, and customize these. By default, I think it said Josh. I don't think it even said Lori. I think I had to add my name in there. So I'll be walking you through all of these phases, but be careful about just leaving things on default without knowing what you're sending out. I highly suggest you look at things to see what you're sending so you know whether or not this is something you need to customize or not customize, okay? That is your complete overview today of the KW Command System. Now you can see all of the wonderful things that we can do, and I will start breaking down each one of these items now for you individually so you can see the complete process. Again, my focus is on lead generation, lead conversion, how do we get more deals out of using the system, and streamlining the entire process all in one location. I'm Lori Vegas Ballen and would very much appreciate your referrals here to my team, Lori Ballen Team. Thanks for joining me today.